And we're back for another episode. In this episode, we're going to be continuing the 3.0 main scenario quest. And as always, hello from Mithrie. So, we had just finished helping the two brothers of House Fortemps. So, now it's a case of talking to the House Fortemps steward to see what we need to do next. So, the next quest is called Divine Intervention. So, it says, the Fortemps steward looks as though he has something to say, where we're going to get a Black Chocobo Whistle and an Aether Compass. Ooh. So it says, a small handcrafted whistle that emits a unique high-pitched tone discernible only by a Black Chocobo, trained from birth to recognize and respond to sound. Used to summon your personal Black Chocobo. Ooh. So, Mistress Menethil, my lord the Count much desires to speak with you regarding your time with Lord Ethereal and Lord Aminadel. Always struggle with his name. If you would remain here for a moment. Cutscene.
The hero returns. I cannot thank you enough for saving young Imanalane's life. Aye, he told me everything.
Okay, Imanalane.
I've also received letters from both House Zamail and Durandare praising your conduct, and that of House Fortemps. You've won us much honor, my friend.
My lord!
What is it? Speak.
Pray, forgive the intrusion, my lord, but I bring grave tidings. Master Alphino and Mistress Tataru have been detained on suspicion of fomenting heresy.
What? Explain.
They were observed entering a tavern in the lower levels on some half-dozen occasions. There, it is claimed, they made a number of inquiries. Inquiries which brought them into contact with certain elements. 'Twas this which prompted a Knight of the Heavensward to demand that they be questioned. Sir Grinno, my lord.
Sir Grinno is a brute. An exceedingly accomplished brute, but a brute nonetheless. Alas, he is also a son of House Zamail. How quickly we forget the petty nature of men. I'd wager your friends are no more than pawns in another of my countrymen's games. Such is the way of things between the high houses.
Okay, so we need to talk now to Count Edmund. So, though you have won the hearts and minds of many of my countrymen, there are those who will never be swayed. Men who will dismiss your efforts and resent your successes, even as we celebrate them. 'Tis like that one such member of House Dozamel is manipulating Sir Grenax, for he is not a man to dabble in politics of his own volition. He may genuinely believe your friends to be guilty, though I am quite certain his masters know better. Yet the truth will avail us naught if we cannot prove their innocence. You would do well to speak with Sir Aymeric at the congregation of our Knights Most Heavenly. He will know more of these charges. Okay, so let's go to speak with Aymeric. Right, so let's go. Sir Aymeric in the Foundation right there. So, Fury's Mercy, that might be the quickest place, so let's go. The Fury's Mercy, the Tribunal. The Forgotten Knight, maybe? I'm always trying to remember which one of these teleports is the right one to go to. Okay, yeah, the Forgotten Knight, that's the right one. Here is Amaric. It has been too long, Mithrie. Would that this visit came under happier circumstances. You are come to plead for Master Alphinaud and Mistress Tataru, I take it. Word of their detainment reached us while I was delivering my report on the Vanu Primal. Truly I know not which is the more ludicrous, these charges or the flying feathered whale. Sir Grinax's accusations are baseless, I have no doubt. Refuting them will be difficult, however, as he is a knight of the Heavensward. I speak of the personal guard of the Archbishop, the 12 finest knights in all of Ishgard, sworn to serve his eminence alone. Suffice it to say, their testimony is unimpeachable, and I have not the authority to challenge their actions. After all the Scions have done, rooting the heretics and defeating Shiva, helping us to defend the steps of faith and drive back the Dravanian horde, after proving themselves true allies on countless occasions, is there naught we can do? I fear there is but one path left to us. We must demand a trial by combat. But of course, in a trial by combat sanctioned by the Inquisition, the victor's claim is judged true regardless of the petitioner's standing. Under Ishgardian law, a trial by combat pits the accuser against the accused. In this instance, Master Alphinaud and Mistress Tataru would be expected to face Sir Grinax and a second of his choosing, another knight of Heavensward most like. Two of them, by the fury, that can hardly be considered fair. Master Alphinaud's magical talents will not have gone unnoticed, meaning that he will have no choice but to participate. Mistress Tataru, on the other hand, is quite obviously bereft of martial skill, and should be afforded the right to name a champion to fight in her stead. Lest you doubt, I am ready and willing to serve in this capacity. I am sure is Lord Hirschfon, but all here present know you are the most accomplished warrior among us, and mayhap in the realm at large. Then it is settled. I will visit Master Alphinaud at once and inform him of our intentions. Mithrie, meet me at the tribunal when you have made ready. Until then, my friend. Okay, so we need to go back to Hirschfon at the pillars, right here. So, let's see. Wonder which is the quickest teleport to get there. Which one this is. The Hoplon, the Architects, the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of... I can't even read it because it's covered up. Inquisitory Doctrine. I'm fairly sure that name is not on there. So let's see which one of the Aethernettes will get us there. The Tribunal? Yes. Good, we're making progress in our Aethernet shards. Aha, we have a fight on our hands. So I'm just going to quickly buff up before I go in. Sword Oath is always useful. Okay, do I have any other buffs? Maybe use Protect, but what would I sacrifice? I'll tell you what, let's just leave it as it is. So obviously this is a fight because it's glowing around him. So let's now talk to Hirschfon. So listen carefully, Mithrie. When the trial begins, a petitioner will be asked to restate his charges and the accused invited to respond. Then in accordance with the law, they will be asked to restate their request for a trial by combat. Once the High Adjudicator acknowledges Mrs. Tataru's right to name a champion, that is when you must take your entrance. Oh, I cannot wait to see the look on Sir Grinnax's face when he sees his true opponent. 'Twill be priceless. More seriously, should you begin to lose heart, look to me in the stands, and I shall cheer so loud you will wonder how you could ever have contrived to doubt yourself. Now, are you ready? So, let's see. Duty calls. Commence battle for Divine Intervention. If your level is above 52, it will be synced. So hopefully this will go well.
We are gathered here today under the watchful gaze of the Fury to ascertain the guilt of 2 souls in a trial by combat. Petitioners, step forward. Sir Grinno, for the benefit of all here present, I would ask you to repeat the charges which you have leveled against this man and this woman.
I, Sir Grinno de Zemile, brother of the Heavensward, did bear witness to these 2 foreigners consorting with heretics.
Let the accused step forward. Alfino Leveilleur, Tataru, you have heard the charges leveled against you. Will you take up arms to refute Sir Grinno's claim, and thereby prove your innocence in the eyes of gods and men?
I, Alfino Leveilleur, am innocent of this charge, and claim my right to trial by combat.
I, Tataru, am innocent of this charge. But I am no warrior and cannot fight. So, I claim the right to name a champion.
To the old and the infirm, the young and the weak, this right we allow. Very well. Who will stand for this woman?
Oh yeah. That's a Mithrie strut for you.
Just as I was beginning to doubt the efficacy of the Ishgardian justice system. Come, my friend. Let us put an end to this mummer's farce.
It's an interesting concept.
O Halone, render unto us your judgment. Raise up the righteous, and cast down the wicked.
Okay, here we go. Righty-ho, so let's do this. Oh, you gotta love doing combat as a paladin. Take nearly no damage. I guess it's important to set Alpha Node free so that he can cast Cure. Okay, so let's get rid of Sir Grinax first, just so we can make sure that Alpha Node is protected. Okay, so that's one down. Let's take the other. So I don't think Alpha Node can take two more of those, so I guess it's a race against time. Completely out of TP. Eek. Okay, come on. Die, 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 die. So like I said, Mithrie's not even slightly threatened as a tank. It's more Alpha Node that's threatened. Cool. Owned. We won. The Fury has spoken. Alpha Node Leveleur to Taru, you are hereby acquitted of all charges. Blessed are we who received of her wisdom, and see justice wrought by her divine hand. Petitioners, accused, go forth in peace. Delivered from an untimely demise yet again. My thanks as always. Okay, so let's move on. So by the Fury, what a splendid victory. To see how you strove in the face of adversity. Two brave young souls bound together by the puissant bounds of camaraderie. Why, it stirred me to the very depths of my soul. Having been treated to such a rousing spectacle, it seems only right that I present you with a humble token of mine admiration. Pray receive of me this Chocobo Whistle. With it you may summon a Black Chocobo, fully trained and ready to fly. Magnificent, is she not? Strong yet sleek, elegant yet eager. What say you, Mithrie? Will you take her for your stead? Large Hearthswan. Chocobos are prohibited in the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Halonic Inquisitory Doctrine. Your steed must remain outside. Cool, so that's complete. And we're going to get an Aether Compass as well. So Aether Currents are now accessible. So you have obtained a Black Chocobo. When riding this mount, you will have the ability to fly, provided certain conditions have been met. To fly in a given region, you must first find and attune to all local Aether Currents. In order to attune to some Aether Currents, you will need to complete certain quests. However, most can be discovered via exploration. To aid you in this endeavour, you have also obtained an Aether Compass, which will provide you with both the bearing and the distance to the nearest Aether Current upon use. Should you lose this compass, you may speak with Gilberlon at the Forgotten Knight to obtain another. To review your progress, select Travel from the main menu, followed by Aether Currents. Okay, so let's move on to the next quest. So the next quest is called Disclosure. The Lord Harchfront thinks you could do with a well-deserved rest. So Black Chocobos are all well and good, but the true reward for your efforts is the exoneration of your comrades. They shall be released upon the completion of certain minor formalities, which I mean to see to personally. In the meantime, pray return to Four Temps Manor. The Count has done so already, and will doubtless be eager to discuss the day's events. Okay, so let's go. So along the way, I've leveled up all crafts to 51 plus. I've leveled up miner to 51, and botanist and fish are approaching 51. So I've been exploring mostly crafting and gathering at this point, but I've already hit not really a dead end, but kind of like it would be better for me to carry on the story and unlock flying in all the zones before I continue, for example, especially with gathering. It will greatly benefit me to do that. So this is why now I'm going to focus more on the story. Okay, let's talk to the Count. Sorry, the words merged in my brain. So, hello smiles on us again, Mistress Menethil, guiding you to victory and setting your comrades free. I confess, I did fear for your safety, which is not to say I doubted your prowess, you understand. I merely knew the strength of your opponents. You do have a habit of exceeding my expectations. Besting 2 of the Heavensward, while the cities alike looked on, by the Fury, anyone who hasn't been paying attention to you will surely do so from now on. My lord. We have just received a message from the Vault. His Eminence the Archbishop requests the presence of Mistress Menethil. An invitation from the Archbishop? What an honour. A personal summons is indeed a great honour, and given recent events, you would be wise not to delay. Go, Mistress Menethil, we shall speak anon. A priest will be waiting for you outside the vault. Identify yourself to him and he will escort you inside. Okay, let's go. Let's go see what the Archbishop wants. Okay, so the vault is right up here. So let's go, let's sprint. Okay, so, almost there, almost there. So here is a Ishgardian priest. So we are honoured to receive you, Mistress Menethil. This way, please.
Your Eminence, it is my honor to present to you the Warrior of Light.
I have heard the tales of your many grand endeavors. The Lord Commander has also been most effusive in his praise. I am Thorin VII, Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, and I bade you come here that I might offer my personal apologies. You will forgive me for not calling upon you as courtesy would dictate, but as you can see, my more sprightly days are long behind me. But I digress. Your companions were wrongly accused of heresy and subjected to gross indignities. This, I am sorry to say, was the result of negligence on the part of our nation's protectors. Negligence born of an excess of zeal. Is that not so, Sir Zephyrin?
Yes, Your Eminence. Regrettably, it would appear that we of the Heavensward were in receipt of erroneous information. Sir Grinno has ever been headstrong. He pressed charges before the truth had been ascertained, for which I most sincerely apologize.
His armor looks really cool. I wonder if I can craft it.
Understanding born of an earnest desire to serve Ishgard, but one which should never have occurred. For who could doubt the character of those who bested Shiva and drove the Horde from the steps of faith? Not I. That much is certain. That will be all, Sir Zephyrin. I would speak with our guest in private.
Your Eminence, As you wish, Your Eminence. That will be all for today.
Toodaloo. Ah, look at his sword.
Privacy is a luxury rarely afforded one in my position. Now tell me, young lady, what do you know of the Ascians? Much and more, I shouldn't wonder, being the bringer of light. You should know that I myself have met with them, have entertained them as guests, even. Those harbingers of chaos and strife offered us power that we might continue our war against the dragons. I have no intention of aiding their cause, of course, nor less of being their puppet. Yet, were I to refuse them outright, I should learn naught of their true objectives and remain powerless to stop them. Thus have I hearkened to their words with interest and paid lip service to their beliefs, biding my time and preparing for the inevitable conflict. And why do I tell you this? Because there is naught in this world they fear more than the power of the Warrior of Light. If we are to rid ourselves of these vile interlopers, we must needs work together. With our combined strength, I have faith that we can wrest Eorzea from their grasp and pave the way for a lasting peace. Think on it.
Interesting. I wasn't expecting him to be so upfront about the fact that he had seen the Ascians. Anyway, let's go back to Alpha Node at the 4 Temps Manor. So let's sprint straight back to the, well, 4 Temps Manor is right there. Look at that. Look at this view. It makes the Sandoria castle seem very, very basic. Okay, here is Alpha Node.
There you are. I confess, I was more than a little concerned when I learned that you had been summoned to the vault. What did they want with you? Well, well. A formal apology and an admonishment of those responsible. I see my fears were wholly misplaced. By the gods! The Archbishop freely admits to consorting with Ascians. So, their ambitions extend to Ishgard as well. We will have new primals to contend with ere long, of that you may be certain. 'Tis but a matter of time. Yet shorn of the support of our missing allies, what can we realistically hope to achieve?
In the midst of all the excitement, I completely forgot to tell you. When I was asking around about the Scions, I heard the most awful rumor. General Raubahn is to be executed for crimes against the Sultanate!
Uh-oh.
If the Flame General dies, we will lose a staunch ally, and the one man capable of holding the Sultana's assassins to account. Lord Orshafon was wise to counsel restraint, but this business will brook no delay. We cannot permit this execution to take place. We must save Raubahn.
It's about time. Okay, so let's complete disclosure. So we just got the achievement, lucky number 7. So let's move on with the next quest. So the next quest is called Flame General Affairs. Alpha Node wishes to share his plan of action for rescuing Raubahn. Though the situation calls for urgency, it would avail us to charge headlong into Uldar without a plan. Before we can formulate a plan, however, we must first learn how things stand in the Sultanate, which is why I propose that we visit Limsa Lominsa. Hey, you heard me right. While you were about your altruistic endeavors, I acted as a intermediary in trade negotiations between House Fortemps and a Lominsian consortium. During said negotiations, an opportunity to send word to the Admiral presented itself, and I duly seized it. I am happy to report that we yet have a stout ally in Limsa. The Admiral has pledged her full cooperation in any effort to rescue Raubahn. Accordingly, I have agreed to meet with her that we might discuss how best to proceed. Naturally, I told her to expect us both. Your presence never fails to embolden our allies, after all. When you arrive in Limsa Lominsa, make yourself known to Sergeant Zanfail at Bulwark Hall on the lower decks. He will admit you to the bridge. Cool. So let's go to Limsa Lominsa. Our home away from home, as they say. Okay, so the bulwark is right here. It's very, very close to the main teleport into Limsa. And I'm just going to learn my Black Chocobo as well. There you go. So I'll obviously look at the Black Chocobo later. But for now, let's talk to Zamfail. So the Admiral has been expecting you. Say the word and I'll take you to her. Okay, let's go.
Friends, 'tis good to see you safe and well. I will admit I had not counted on you seeking, let alone finding refuge within the Holy See, but full glad was I to learn that you had.
I feel like all the voice actors have been replaced.
Thankfully, we had allies there who took us under their wing. And theirs was not the only aid we receive, I suspect. When we fled Uldar, we fully expected to become wanted men, known to all and hounded at every turn. Yet that did not come to pass. On the contrary, 'twould seem the charges against us have not been made public. Might we have you to thank for that, Admiral?
Sharp as ever, Master Alphino. On Marshal Terrapin's urging, the Elder Seed Seer and I demanded that the Syndicate suppress news of the Scion's alleged crimes, until such time as irrefutable evidence could be found. Our argument was simple. Lacking proof, to accuse the saviors of the realm of so unlikely a crime would have the people up in arms. In their wisdom, the Syndicate agreed, as you yourself have seen. There is something you should know. Some few days prior to the banquet, the Elder Seedseer and I were summoned for a private audience with the Sultana. There, she revealed her intent to announce her abdication, that she might pave the way for the establishment of an Uldan Republic.
What? But such an announcement would have plunged the entire nation into chaos.
She was well aware of that. 'Twas for fear of what might ensue that she summoned us. Her Grace wanted the Elder Seedseer and I to lend Raubahn a helping hand, you see? To aid him in preserving the peace during the transition.
So, having somehow caught wind of her plan, Lolorito and Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination in the hope of maintaining the constitutional status quo. But they must have known that her death would sow as much chaos as her abdication. Chaos from which Teleji alone might feasibly stand to profit. Surely Lolorito would never knowingly... Ah, could it be? I dare not hope.
The Uldan authorities have yet to announce the Sultana's passing. To allay any suspicion that may arise from Her Grace's absence, they have issued a statement to the effect that she is presently convalescing from illness.
Mayhap they're waiting for a fitting moment to break the news, or mayhap they know of some other reason to delay.
Something else has been bothering me, Admiral. I was dismayed to learn that General Raubahn is to be executed. Yet upon hearing the news, I could not help but wonder why he had been kept alive for so long. Pray mistake not my meaning. I am, of course, overjoyed that our friend still draws breath, and that he might yet be saved. But if his enemies truly wished to eliminate him, they could have done so immediately. I see no reason for this delay.
Aye, you've struck upon an important point, Master Alphino. Following his capture, Raubahn had been held in the Marasaja pit within Uldar. In recent days, however, he has reportedly been moved to an unknown location. Queerly, 'twas not the brass blades who spirited him away either, but a band of soldiers decked in blue.
The Crystal Braves.
Aye. If I read the winds aright, the arrangement between Lord Lolorito and the Braves has come under strain. At any rate, if we're to rescue Raubahn, we'll have to find him first. And you'll be glad to hear that I have already entrusted the task to those best able to see it done. Our friends of Doma.
Cool. So let's go get Raubahn then. So Raubahn's survival is vital to the Eorzean Alliance. We can ill afford to lose him. But I cannot send troops into Uldar. 'Twould spell the end of the Alliance, and war like as not. If there is to be a rescue, it falls to you and yours to attempt it. I would not have it any other way, Admiral. It was I who founded the Crystal Braves, and I who must take the responsibility for their actions. Spoken like a true leader, Master Alphino. By way of a first step, you should seek out our Doman contact. You will find her among the frontier hands at Revenant's Toll, working in a kitchen. Okay, so let's go now to Revenant's Toll. Let's go. So things are starting to unwind a little bit. We're starting to move on with the story. Okay, so we're going up here. So I'm not sure if we have to go upstairs. We might have to. Yes, upstairs. Okay, and here she is. Higiri. So, Mistress Meneville, I knew in my heart that you were safe, but to see you again in the flesh, words cannot, well, express my relief. Even as the victory feast was taking place, the Crystal Braves turned upon us and took the Rising Stones by force. Amid the chaos, some few of my compatriots and I were able to slip away unnoticed. Since then, we have remained in Revenant's Toll, keeping watch over the mutineers while awaiting your return. You have done well by us, and we Domans do not soon forget our debts. We swear to do all within our power to aid you. Okay, so let's complete Flame General Affairs. So the next quest is called In Search of Raubahn. So I can see why they didn't list these sort of quest titles in the patch notes, because it would have given it away. So Higiri is eager to assist you. Shortly before you arrived, I received words from Linza Laminza that you were searching for General Raubahn. As the Admiral will have informed you, he was recently moved from his cell in the Marasaja pit. At the same juncture, Yu Hazi and the 3rd unit were observed leaving the Rising Stones. This can be no simple coincidence. Their purpose, we believe, is to escort the Flame General to the scene of his execution. Suffice it to say, we have people shadowing the 3rd. If you would join the hunt, pray seek out Duware at Highbridge, where I too am bound. Okay, so let's now go to Highbridge, which is in Eastern Fanaland right there. So let's teleport now to Camp Drybone, which I think for forevermore will be a favoured destination because we go there so often.